Hey everybody, welcome back. We're checking out RENNSPORT today. It's about a month until it comes out. I think around November 13 is the release date. It's been a long time since I've played it, probably 2 or 3 months. It's obviously in early access. It does look very different to the last time I played it in terms of the menu here. Actually quite nice for a menu. I just had to go back and rebind all my controls because I haven't played it since we moved the rig and everything got lost in terms of the settings. So I've just redone all that. Very confusing title though. I said this from the start. I don't know where it fits into the sim racing scene, especially on PC. It's a fairly saturated market. I can see the appeal for the console players though, and there will be cross-play, which is fantastic. So PC players, PlayStation, Xbox players can all play together. They should hopefully increase the grid size, which is what it's all about. So I can definitely see the appeal for consoles. Of course, those guys are not blessed really with options in terms of proper simulators, apart from the original Assetto Corsa, which is very long in the tooth now. No mods, of course, on console, and ACC, which, as most people know, I don't like at all. Horrible driving game. So this is going to be another option for them, of course, with Project Motor Racing, which I have driven, and hopefully as soon as the embargo lifts on that, we'll do a video for that. But with RENNSPORT, not a lot of variety, and actually, to be honest, I thought it had more cars available when I had it fired up a couple of months ago, but a few of them have disappeared, like a few of the Porsches and stuff that I've now got to buy. I definitely had access to all these other cars at the start, but they've all gone, so there's not many left. So we've got a few hypercars, GT3, GT4, so it really is very much a bit of the same old you would have driven in pretty much every simulator you've ever raced. I'll grab the AMG because it sounds good. We're at the Nordschleife. Again, not a huge variety of tracks at the moment. Fuji, you've got Jeddah there. There's a couple of made-up tracks. There is a mod section as well, so people can make their own tracks and cars down the line. Got the old staples in Monza, Spa, but we're, of course, at the Nordschleife in the 24-hour layout. So again, menus look pretty good, pretty easy to navigate your way through. Definitely a lot better than what it was at the start. So we'll jump in and do some laps, see how the actual driving experience is, which of course is what it's all about. Alright, here we are in the pits. We'll just roll out here. So it's not super well optimized. I'll put the pit limiter on there. I'm running a 2080 Ti. I am running DLSS. We're getting about 60 to 80 frames a second on the widescreen monitor here. It does tank to about 30 to 40 without that. It's never been very well optimized since the time I first jumped into it. Jump out now onto the 24-hour layout of the Nordschleife. It's a tricky little section to start with. Graphically, it still has a bit of a, I'm not sure what the word is, it's a bit fuzzy, I suppose is the word, especially on those fences there. And the grass as well. I wouldn't say at this stage I'm blown away by the graphics. That's probably because it's not running super well. The grass though, very, very long here at the Nürburgring. Looks like it needs a good mow. We've got to come in with the hedge trimmer. Give it a bit of a cut. Looks very, very lush. Over there is a fair bit of road detail coming through the steering wheel, and I do have to say I had to turn the force feedback down. When I first loaded the game a few months ago, it was absolutely brutal. As in very violent. You hit a curb or anything really, and the steering wheel would jolt in your hands. I think I'm running at about 80% power in game. Does feel not as violent as it was to start with. So there's a little reflections come off the bonnet there. Look, it's definitely improved graphics wise since I first joined the early access, that's for sure. Catch a bit of a re-brake lock up there. The HUD's quite nice. You can reposition all this stuff. There's ping and frames per second at the top, obviously lap time deltas, all that sort of stuff that you expect. Tyre widgets, very intuitive. So you can move everything around to your liking. rear view mirror, not very good detail on that, and also a different frame rate, which is quite off-putting. Running about 60 to 70 on the game, and the rear view mirror looks like it's running at about 15. Yeah, I think RENNSPORT's biggest thing, nice little details on the side there, will definitely be where's its place in the world. Look at that fence there. I'm running it on high graphics with DLSS. Doesn't look that great. The shadows aren't fantastic. A lot of popping in of objects. Not as bad as again when it first loaded. In the distance, the stuff off near the hills was really bad pop-up. And the first launch, which you expect, it was only a very early access beta. It is launching in a month, so you've got to be a bit more critical now than what it would have been 3 or 4 months ago. It's getting that time where it's going to launch. I think console players will be fairly happy to have something else new in the market. Of course, not sure on the pricing of any of the DLC. We have heard about, of course, micro transactions with this game and how that's going to work. Always a swear word in well, a lot of gaming circles, microtransactions, but probably here to stay, to be honest, and it's up to you whether you want to buy into that stuff or not. It's your money. It's like with all the any DLC with any of the simulators, you can choose to put your hard-earned money down, which is why I like Race Room, to be honest, because you can try any car in that game for free for as long as you like. So that's always a good thing before you do plonk down a lot of money on DLC, you can try things out first. I'm not sure how RENNSPORT will work in that regard. I mean, the track looks good enough. I mean, there's enough detail coming through the world. Wouldn't say it's a tremendous amount. Certainly feel the lumps and bumps in the road. But again, you gotta ask, what is it doing different to any other simulator? At the moment, it doesn't seem to be a lot of car variation. Very much your stock standard sim racing roster. GT3, GT4, hypercars, that sort of thing. Again, you look at AMS2 or Race Room, they've got a tremendous staple of retro cars with something different. There's Project Motor Racing coming out next month as well. That's got a fantastic mid-2000s, 1990s era sort of cars. It's sort of set a course and you can have any car you like in the history of world motorsport. So it's very much the same. I don't think on PC it's going to be a huge hit. I think there's far too many other options. I think on console it'll be a fantastic addition to their selection of games. The fact is, this isn't different enough to anything else to warrant putting any effort into it so far. It's okay. I mean, this is Nordschleife, greatest track in the world. It's good fun. It's a laser scan thing. All their official tracks are laser scanned, so you know it's accurate. I said someone really needs to take a lawnmower to the grass. You can certainly hot lap around. You know, there's no AI driving at the moment. Multiplayer is a little bit lackluster. Not many numbers online, of course. Here's an online time trial leaderboard. Got some cool stuff like Goodwood Hill Climb, and hopefully they bring the Goodwood Circuit to the game as well. But it's just it's okay. Nothing, it doesn't bring anything new or exciting to the genre, that's for sure. I think we'll get absolutely swamped in, to be honest. With having driven Project Motor Racing the last couple of months, I think this is going to get lost in the next month. I think PMR releases at the end of November, I think around the 25th. And this is around the 13th. I think PMR with its better roster of cars, a bit more polish in terms of the driving model, and also a fantastic single player mode. If what they promise with PMR plays out in the single player space, that's going to be fantastic for those guys who Not so much into the online stuff, like the career progression, that sort of thing. PMR is going to be where it's at for them. Might turn down the TC as well. It's probably holding things back in the ABS. So I did get I was part of the Founders Pack they call with this, but disappointing to see a lot of the cars have disappeared from when I played it previously. Got a bad engine map, only in 260 kph down the straight here, in the GT3. Have a bit more of a lap here, but yeah, slip and slide our way around. Just for a title, it's only a month away. There seems to be a lot of polish required in a lot of areas. Graphically, driving. It seems like there's a lot needs to be done in the next 4 weeks. Also interested to see how it runs on console as well. It's a horrible slide up there, that front left tyre getting nice and hot. It's just a bit too bland, to be honest. There's just not much excitement, not much happening. It really does need a massive point of difference. At this stage, I don't know what that's going to be. I mean, even Project Motor Racing will have crossplay as well, so again, I'm sure most of the console players will probably grab both titles. If I was going to pick one title, having driven both, I would definitely pick Project Motor Racing at this stage, just because those cars are a lot more fun. If you do have a rig set up for your console and you've got a H-pattern shifter, you'll absolutely love what Project Motor Racing is going to bring to you. I've got to say with this title, the menu is a little bit clunky as well. I'm never a big fan of having to press lots of buttons when you've got to OK everything. Just let me change something and press OK and be done with it. Don't need to reconfirm it 3 times. That sounds pretty good. There's no creaks and chromes from the car like you get in ACC or Race Room. You hear the little, the car rattling away or when it hits bumps and things. It's just an engine sound. And of course, we're having no other AI cars on track. We can't hear the other cars as well. And I'm very surprised we can't run with other cars on track. Unless that's just a setting that I've missed in the menu there. Just trying to load this up quickly. I may have missed something. Could be user error. It's always possible. There's not much feeling of the weight loading up in the tyres when you just comes about left-handed before the big stop at the end there. There's not much feeling of a weight transfer to those outside tyres. There's definitely road texture and road feel. That's definitely there. You got lumps and bumps and little ruts in the road. Some decent feedback under braking. In terms of the transfer there, we've got a penalty there for track cut. So one thing I'm not sure about will be weather. It's certainly night time. I'm not sure about time progression. I've never dove that deep into this. You know, can you go from day to night and vice versa? I know there was a dedicated nighttime setting on some of the tracks. I've driven Spa at nighttime. And the lights are very, very bright from the GT3 cars. Lights up like a Christmas tree. I haven't read or heard anything about weather in the car, in the game, sorry. That's the great thing about Race Room. Looks to be getting weather hopefully next year when they go to DirectX 12. In terms of RENNSPORT, I'm not sure, or you'd hope it would have some sort of weather. Most modern simulators released surely in the last, well, at least 10 years. We'll give the original Assetto Corsa and Race Room a bit of a pass. They were both released, I think, 2013 and 2014. Of course, Assetto Corsa got rain eventually, thanks to the mod community, but Race Room hasn't got rain yet. I know Project Motor Racing will have rain. We've seen some screenshots of that title, the horrible shadows there. Yeah, PMR will have rain. And you hope when they do rain, they do also proper rain physics. You know, the water should pool in certain parts of the track and it should feed away. The tyre should react a certain way when you hit a puddle. Not sure with RENNSPORT if that's going to be the case. Loving the carousel there and a little bit of feeling through the carousel. But again, it's all just a bit okay. Looks like there's a fairly good setup menu in the game. Just had a quick look at that before. All the usual adjustments, big suspension adjustments, camber and suspension and spring rates, dampers, all that sort of stuff are in there. Just can't get over how long this grass is. Hopefully at different times of the year it might go down a little bit. It's just far too high. And the Germans would never let the grass grow that high. It would be absolutely immaculate. Somebody'd lose their job over that. And into this part of the track where there's lots of elevation, big camber, it's really not being communicated through the wheel. I mean, I can feel that obviously the wheel's moving. There's force feedback there. I did have to invert it as well on this wheel on the Fanatec 2.5. Just keep that in mind if you're on some of your gear, you may have to invert some stuff. Yeah, it's just okay. There's feedback there, but it's not communicating a hell of a lot to me. And that change of direction when you get a little bit skatey, there's a notchiness to that change of direction. But again, that could be a setting, some force feedback smoothing. Not sure what a lot of the settings do yet, so I haven't dove big enough into that. It's just a little bit of notchiness on that change of direction when you really need to catch the car quickly. So is RENNSPORT worth checking out? At this stage, I said it's still in early access, but it is supposed to drop next month. So, would I plonk my hard-earned money on this at the moment? Probably not. Is there good potential there in terms of the drive model? Absolutely. And crossplay is going to be a really good thing for a lot of people. Certainly if you're a hardcore PC sim racer, it's not going to be for you. There we go guys, a couple laps of the Nordschleife. Thank you very much for watching and we'll catch you next time.